4 years, what have you heard constantly over and over again? Stop spreading disinformation. You're wrong. You're a conspiracy theorist. This, that, and the third. Well, now they finally have to admit it. They finally have to admit it was a Fedsurrection, in my opinion. It was a Fedsurrection, okay? Please like and subscribe and then hit that little notification bell. I appreciate it. The feds did not want the Senate to establish a committee to investigate the vote. The Senate did not, the feds did not want the Senate to investigate what, why, and how all of these different states changed their voting laws against their own state constitutions. The feds didn't want that. And so the feds were pushing for what happened on that day, in my opinion, okay? And this is exactly the type of thing that we need to come out, and we need to push for more of this kind of disclosure. And I've got another article here to point out exactly what I'm talking about with all of this, man. IG Horowitz releases January 6th report, claims FBI had 26 confidential human sources at the Capitol. Here's a video and photos of these government operatives and cutouts. And we've got another one. We've got another article coming after this to expose this even more, guys. All right. Don't believe the government. The government is always lying to you, in my opinion. Inspector General David Horowitz released his much-anticipated January 6th report on Thursday. Here is the full report released by Biden's DOJ on the confidential human sources who were working in the crowd on January 6th at the U.S. Capitol in Washington, D.C. It has been widely reported that the violence would not have taken place or reached the fever pitch that it did if Nancy Pelosi brought in the National Guard, as President Trump requested days before the planned protests and rallies. On the IG report, so not only were there feds in the front lines pushing the violence, but Nancy Pelosi denied, and not only that, the mayor of D.C. denied having any sort of extra Capitol Police or any sort of extra National Guard. The IG report released today, the DOJ admits 26 confidential human sources working that day inside the Trump protest at the Capitol. The IG report ignored how many undercover employees were also at the U.S. Capitol that day, so it only focused on human sources and didn't want to talk about employees. But we've got a lead on some employees that might have been there. According to the report, the DOJ admitted that 4 entered the Capitol and 13 entered the restricted area. This is likely very inaccurate. It's probably way more. But secondly, dude, they admitted they had sources entering the Capitol and entering restricted areas. Are you insane, guys? What is wrong with you people, man? Come on, dude. In addition to these 3 confidential human sources, we found 23 other human sources were in D.C. We determined that of the 26 who were in D.C. in connection with the events, 4 entered the Capitol during the riot. 13 entered restricted areas. And those 4 that entered the Capitol and the 13 in restricted areas were probably working with actual Fed employees, in my opinion. Honestly, in my genuine opinion, that's what I think. The Gateway Pundit has reported numerous confirmed intelligence operatives and cutouts who had infiltrated the Trump crowd on January 6, 2021. Well, when the DOJ admits to 26 undercover working inside the crowd that day, they are not including the many dozens or hundreds of cutouts who were operating inside of the enormous crowd that day. So, wow, man. So when they're talking about human sources, they're not talking about their employees, is basically what they're saying here. It's safe to say January 6th was the largest organized government setup to target a specific political party in U.S. history. And now we have the executive branch. We're about to have somebody in the FBI who can investigate their involvement in this. And we're about to have somebody, Pam Bondi. Let's do it. Let's do it, Pam. Dude. Active FBI. Look at this. Active duty FBI colleague 2. Former FBI liaison to Capitol Police, John Guandolo. Look at this. The FBI liaison to Capitol Police. Oh, my geez, dude. The House Administration Committee released footage on March from camera 7,231 on January 6, 2021. The video shows a man described as an active duty FBI colleague. So this isn't even someone that they're including in their report, guys. This is what we're talking about. There's way more people out there than they've even included in their report. People need to, dude, are you kidding me, man? No way. Liaison John Guandolo, the FBI agent, is seen clapping his hands and saying, "This is huge," as protesters ran up the east steps of the Capitol. Whoa, dude. Yo, man, look at these guys, dude. Yo, that's him right there. That's him right there. Right here, right here, right here. Yup, that's him. Look at him. Yo, all right.
Oh, man. This is huge.
He knows exactly what he's effing doing. Wow, dude. Wow, dude. That's insane, man. That's insane, man. I filed a motion to compel the government to identify active duty FBI. Yes! Yes! Wow, man. Wow, dude. That's insane, man. As the report earlier, the FBI lost track. As reported earlier, the FBI lost track of how many operatives and paid informants they had in the Trump crowd on January 6, 2021. Wow. Yo, man, that's insane. There were at least 20 confirmed and documented incidents involving dozens of feds, FBI agents, and state operatives leading the charge and embedded in the crowd on January 6th. Though these are pictures of feds, so we all know who this guy is, Epps, right? And this is him saying we need to run in and make our way inside. That's what Epps was saying. But no, but then the government gave him a tiny little slap on the wrist. But they gave people who listened to him years. I wonder what that's all about. And then we got another Fed who made their way into one of the offices. So what was the intelligence operation that was being done under the guise of the larger riot, right? So if you've got feds, human sources, and employees making their way into the Capitol building, literally in the offices, what is going on here? What are they doing? What kind of intelligence operation are they engaging in? Literally in the rooms, in the halls of Congress, using the larger event as cover. You get what I'm saying, man? Like, that's where my head goes with all this. Dozens, if not hundreds, of government operatives infiltrated the protests at the U.S. Capitol on January 2021. Below is an ever-expanding list of government operatives the Gateway Pundit and others identified working inside the massive Trump crowd at the U.S. Capitol on January 6, 2021. The Gateway Pundit continues to add to this list as we learn more about the planned and choreographed Fedsurrection. Fedsurrection. In July, Incident 1, the FBI infiltrated the Proud Boys and their informer. Oh, great. Oh, great. Cool. So they're including all of the main stuff from my other article. So I have this other article here. They all lie. We have proof. Highly sensitive DOJ January 6 documents leaked to the Gateway Pundit. FBI confidential source infiltrated the Proud Boys, ran FBI operation. They were reported as being innocent. And in order to arrest Proud Boys, which is literally just like a drinking club, the whole thing was started as a joke by a bunch of idiots and Gavin McInnes. And dude, after being reported by their own people that these people were innocent, they went and targeted them anyway because they needed some group to demonize. It's ridiculous, man. Dude, I'm glad that they got this in here. In July 2021, contributor Cara Castronova released whistleblower documents, text messages, and audio transcripts of FBI informant communications with FBI handlers on January 6th. The evidence exonerates Trump supporters and the Proud Boys of any conspiracy or planning to storm the Capitol, the U.S. Capitol, or enter the U.S. Capitol, or overthrow official proceedings. Evidence reported by Kara at the Gateway Pundit was explosive. Oh, yeah, and there's the link to the exact. I just showed you all that. All right. The FBI had the evidence that there was no conspiracy or plans made by the Proud Boys and others to invade or take control of the Capitol. The FBI ignored this information from their own operative, and they ran with lies instead. And now there are people that are literally Joe Biggs, Enrique Tarrio are sitting in jail right now on lies. Guys, in jail, being treated like garbage. They got him in like a gulag in DC, man. There are reports of people coming in and beating on him, dude. Man. It's crazy, man, how deep it gets. I'm not gonna get into all the stories that are going on with these people, man, but they being treated like garbage out there, man. The FBI was recruiting men and women to infiltrate the crowds and work as operatives prior to January 6th. On Thursday afternoon, what is this? Veteran and former Green Beret on the right and FBI agents who came to his home. Wow. On Thursday afternoon, September 30th at 3:45 Eastern, the FBI raided Jeremy Brown's home and arrested Jeremy. The charge is trespassing. The FBI sent 20 vehicles for his arrest. DHS and Pinellas County enforcement were also present. The FBI was in Jeremy's home for 5.5 hours. Looking for evidence, looking for anything. They were looking for anything. The FBI searched his house, his RV, and his trailer. They arrested Jeremy and took him away. Jeremy's family contacted the Gateway Pundit the next morning. Jeremy is a Green Beret and former Republican candidate for Congress. Now we know why they targeted him. Not only is first off, he's got a great history and he's active. And they don't want somebody like that can combat the narrative, in my opinion. Brown served in the United States Army from 1992 to 2012 and reached the rank of Special Forces Master Sergeant. Yo, he needs to go have a conversation with Tim Walz. Wasn't Tim Walz trying to claim that he was a Master Sergeant? Jeremy Brown never entered the U.S. Capitol on January 6th. His actual crime was refusing to be an FBI informant, as we described below. Not only did he not enter the Capitol, but he refused to work as an FBI informant on January 6th, and he went public with photos and audio of the conversations he had. Ugh. As we reported months ago, Brown he refused to be. The FBI called Jeremy's cell phone and asked for a meeting after trying to contact him at his house. Jeremy then met with the FBI agents at a restaurant in Ybor City in December. He told Brandon Gray that 38 seconds in the interview, the FBI attempted to recruit him to spy on the Oath Keepers. Jeremy refused to be an FBI informant, so they stormed his home and arrested him on bogus misdemeanor charges months after the January 6th protests. Jeremy Brown sits in jail a year later. Oh my God, yo. He was in jail for a year. I hope he's out now, man. Jesus, dude. Incident 3, FBI wiretap friends and family members, including children, to spy on January 6th parents. Oh my God. I forgive my son for working with the FBI to convict me. Would I be capable of that? I don't know if I would be capable of that. Heartbreaking audio. Oh my jeez, bro.
How do you think Jackson feels?
That's a hard one. I don't know. It wasn't the child I raised on that stand. I don't know.
Wow, man, that's so sad, dude. He wasn't the child I raised in that state. That's crazy, man. That's crazy, dude. Luke Robinson, a.k.a. Ginger Gunn, the protester with an earpiece, dropped from FBI's most wanted list. Whoa. Whoa, he had an earpiece and he was armed. Whoa. Whoa. They removed him from their most wanted list. Why? Why was he removed from their most wanted list, dude? Micaiah Jackson is a U.S. Marine War veteran who is currently serving time in an Arizona halfway house after he was arrested and convicted of walking alongside the U.S. Capitol in January 6, 2021. Micaiah Jackson pleaded guilty to one charge: parading, demonstrating, or picketing in the Capitol building. Wow, dude. Marine veteran Jackson was sentenced to 90 days in a halfway house, 3 years probation, $500 and $1,000 fines. He peacefully walked around. He was there. He was put on the most wanted list, number 343, after the protest. The FBI later removed him from their most wanted list. Oh. Let's see. A different guy. Let's see. In January, Micaiah confronted Luke Philip Robinson, a.k.a. Ginger Pew Pew, in Arizona. Robinson was at the J6 protest. He was the only known protester that day out of 1 million Trump supporters who was filmed with a pew pew. Wow, man. Luke Philip Robinson was filmed with a pew pew. Philip Robinson was put on the number 343 most wanted, and then he was later taken off. Why was he removed? According to J6 defendant Micaiah Jackson, Robinson was also wearing an earpiece. Interesting. And Luke Robinson is the second J6, along with Ray Epps, who was dropped from their most wanted list. They are 2 of the 3 protesters who had photos and numbers removed from the list. That's very interesting, man. Let's see this confrontation.
Ray Epps? Because we knew you were at the Capitol, and we weren't sure if you had an earpiece and a firearm, man. You had a firearm on federal property. That's serious stuff. I got charged with a misdemeanor for parading and picketing, and that's a firearm, man. And I met you 10 days after the FBI came to my house on April 3rd. Okay. I mean, what's going on, man? All right, yeah. What's with the earpiece at the Capitol? Who were you talking to?
I'll see you guys later.
Who were you talking to,
You
though?
actually want to buy this bike or not?
No, thank you. Who were you talking to at the Capitol of the earpiece?
See you guys later.
Hey, man, we're just trying to figure out what's going on. Luke Robinson, number 343, removed from the FBI wanted list. 10 days after the FBI came to my house, I met Luke on April 3rd, 2021. And 2 weeks ago, I found out Luke Robinson was moved from 343 on the FBI most wanted list. And he's a nice guy. We just want to know what's going on. He had a firearm on him on federal property and an earpiece, and he was removed from the Capitol. We don't know what's going on, brother, but we just want to figure it out. Hey man, if you're in serious stuff, you got to get a lawyer. You need to figure it out, man. We want you to be safe. I know who you are. Are you cooperating with the FBI?
I just don't really want to talk.
Why'd they remove you from the list?
I'm good.
They've only removed 3 names. Go on what?
I'll see you guys later.
They've only removed 3 names from the FBI list. We're not sure why they removed you, why they removed Ray Epps. We're praying for you, Luke. We're praying for you. Amen.
Yo, talk to that dude without a camera. Talk to that guy without a camera, man. Talk to him without a camera.
Alleged federal informant, driving off from our operation. We tried to interrogate him, ask him questions about being an alleged federal informant. He was removed from the FBI's most wanted list as number 343. Ray Epps was also removed. Ray Epps was number 6. Ray Epps?
No.
Because we knew you were at the Capitol, and we weren't sure if you had an earpiece and a firearm, man. That's two at the Capitol. Everyone, that's Luke Robinson, alleged federal informant.
Okay. For those of you wondering how Luke Robinson and I connected, the intro didn't load. Here is the intro. Let's see.
Good morning. This is Makasia Jackson, the host and the founder of the JFK Report. And this morning, we have met a gentleman who was removed from the FBI January 6th. Bill Clifton, true American patriot. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have got this investigation done with Luke Robinson.
Yo, wild, man, wild. So, dude, man, this infuriated the U.S. government and the Biden DOJ. The DOJ wanted Makaija to spend 60 days in prison. Very interesting, man. Very interesting, bro. And it's like, dude, like who is that guy? Why are they letting some people go and targeting others, man? Like, dude, like Incident 5, 20 undercover FBI and ATF operatives and 3 undercover police officers were running operations in the crowd on January 6th. The FBI admitted in September 21 to the New York Times that they were running informants and operatives alongside the groups in January 6 rallies. In fact, one of the protesters inside the Capitol was an FBI informant. So they've confirmed this for a long time. Everything you've heard about this is a lie. I'm going to include this link. You can go and look at all of these different instances, man. They're not telling us everything. They told us about their confidential human sources, but they have not told us about everybody who was a straight up employee. So guys, let's keep asking questions, and I'm glad we got people in the administration now.